So what is up? Another edition of The Smoke Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Sean Baligian. Mike Iversell on the far side, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the chef, the butcher. Make sure you check out his place, The Butchery, in Sylvan Lake on Orchard Lake Road. Dave Hubbard. Fellas, always a pleasure to see you. Mike, you and I were just talking before the show started. All right, so I went to visit Dave last weekend to take care of all my Easter needs. Yep. And we decided to go with the big beef tenderloin. So nothing wrong with that. I got a few little, my definition of accoutrements.
Ooh, I love it. Sean went top shelf.
You don't have accoutrements, you have meatricons.
Yeah, that's
I like that.
They're more like
new word.
Yeah, beef tickle fromage. But seriously, I got some beef short ribs. I got a couple racks of ribs. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
You got a pork shoulder.
Nice. I got a pork shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Hung out for a minute, which was cool.
Your Easter's going to be coming up, and you're going to go take care of business.
I'm coming that way, and we're going to be unwrapping here. One of the things that I'm going to have is that ham. We have it at every holiday now. I am also getting the beef ribs, chef, right? And
the short ribs?
The beef short ribs.
Wait, I got it wrong.
Again, he always tries to correct it, and he messes up, though.
That's Mike, short ribs. It was the magical honey that made me do that.
Beef ribs is like the baby back, right? The back rib. Yes. Not a lot of meat on there. A lot of bone.
We do that, right?
Yeah. Okay. Short rib, a lot of meat, like pot roast.
High-end pot roast.
That's right.
The Flintstone ribs. I'm gonna get the short ribs. Dave was just talking about our wonderful picture here, and soon coming to the butchery will be the summer kebabs.
That's right.
I don't think I'll be there in time for that, but my wife is ordering and dying for what we did last week with those Reuben burgers.
Those things were great.
They're definitely popular.
Tried it Saturday for the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
so basically, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, I was gonna say her exact words were, "Tell Dave to sell that shit."
And we do. We try.
No, but here's the deal. Okay, guys like us, and it's funny, I just had this conversation with my mom 2 days ago. My mom was like, honey, I'm so sorry you always end up hosting the holidays. And I was like, Mom, I love it.
Oh, isn't that great?
Like, I love it. Like, I don't think, like, I've conveyed this to her, or maybe to even you guys. I love doing it. I love going and getting the menu. I love figuring out different things. So the reason why we bring up all these things, what I'm doing, what Mike's doing, what Dave's going to show you today is if you're having the Easter dinner or Passover dinner, whatever the case may be, we've got some ideas for you. Now, Dave had to open that up while I'm talking, and it really is, it's meat porn to me. I'm not going to lie to you. That is just beautiful. What do you got there, Dave?
So see, it's plastic wrap, so you can see it's kind of got a lot of those juices kind of sealed up in there, but even the smoke is escaping already. What I've got here is our spiral sliced. We have our own private labeled butchery spiral sliced fire glazed ham. Really nice, good stuff. And what I did was I took that and I smoked it on our master built smoker. So I took that electric smoker, plugged it in, apple wood chips. I smoked this bad boy at 275 for about an hour and a half. And then I pulled it out, but I put a little bit of red wine vinegar in the tray. Ooh. So, but I'm curious. It's very juicy, which is really, really good to know. And we're gonna bust into this bad boy and see what you think. If it tastes as good as it smells, I think we're onto something.
Did you use the what would you call that? Not the rub, but the.
There's that packet. So there, you'll show me, Sean, here inside the.
What is that called?
The spiral ham. It's a seasoning spices packet, right? Yeah. So what's in that packet is right in the. Here, I'll show you. It comes with this little brown packet in there. Yep. See, is that what you're talking about?
Yep, absolutely.
So you take that. It has brown sugar, a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of regular sugar, and it's just some other basic spices, salt, garlic, nothing crazy. So we take that glaze. I add a little bit of water, or in this case, I took some pork fat that I had sitting. We always have fat,
So I took a little bit of pork fat. Tap water. Dave's got pork fat.
I always, like I say, layers of flair. Yes. So I took that thing, I mixed that, and then I poured it on there after I had smoked it for about 45 minutes. Yes. So 275 for about an hour and a half. But 45 minutes in, it got a lot of that smoke into it, right? Mm-hmm. And it started to really heat up, and you could see it kind of separating just a touch. And so I took that glaze and poured it in there, so it would kind of it kind of was accepting that
Hey guys,
flavor.
Art was wondering if you could open it and start cutting it while you're explaining this. That question comes from Art. It did not come from me.
I thought Art was just enjoying the show, but he's eyeing down the ham. Now I get it.
Art and I have worked together so long, now we have telepathy. And Art was sending telepathy. Dave, can you open that so I can have some
This
ham?
is definitely one for the
That's a good
smell-o-vision.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, and people need to
smell
know.
is awesome.
I'm not lying. I've done one of these every holiday from Dave, and how simple it is, especially on the master belts, exactly where I did it. And at the end of the day, everybody has that question of, oh, who's taking what leftovers?
Look at that.
Every
kidding me?
holiday, this ham is the first to go. Everybody has it.
Speaking of the first to go, do you know who's eating first today?
Yes, you.
My friend Art.
Oh, Art.
Look it up.
Well, not if he doesn't hurry up and eat, 'cause I just got mine.
Shout out to the smoke show.
That's right. So this should have a little bit of sweet and a little bit of smoke. Maybe a lot of smoke, but it should have definitely have.
It's got more smoke than when I've done it.
Good.
But I think it
yeah.
adds another layer of flavor, Chef.
Right, because a lot of
That's a
people
good smoke,
a
actually.
lot of people heat these up. You can heat it up in your oven. You can heat it up in your little what do they got, a little
It's a good smoke.
tabletop, heater or whatever.
This
little
is-
steamer oven.
This
gotta
is
go help my buddy
screaming.
easy
God, I
out.
mean,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this not screaming? I'm sorry, Art, from both me and you. Sandwich. The ham sandwich that you could make out of this is unbelievable.
I think, yeah, definitely. You could even take this and make a nice hash out of it. You
And
don't
I've
even
got
need,
some nice gluten-free hamburger buns that I get from the store that I can make a sandwich with some
Totally.
mustard. Oh Lord!
Yeah.
Dave, that smoke is awesome.
Or take this ham, poach an egg, put it with poached egg, some fried potatoes, bell peppers, onions. You're good to go. Nice breakfast.
Breakfast.
You take that the next day. Yeah.
Wow.
You start, my thing, we always talk about, right? We talk about what are you going to do with all that? We make these big pieces of meat or we smoke them. What are we going to do with it the next day? What are we going to, you hit on the sandwiches. We always hit on the nacho. This would make a great, even a ham and cheddar casserole with potatoes or something, like a ham and cheddar potato or something
Well,
like
I
that.
mean, last week you did that hash with the corned beef, right? You put this in there, and it's a different meal. It's unbelievable with some
Yeah,
potatoes
totally.
and some
100%.
onions. Yeah, well, that is
Christmas
great.
morning at the Baligian house is the ham left over,
Does
and
it light
I
up?
literally fry the ham.
Yeah.
And I just make piles and piles of fried ham. And to be honest with you, sometimes I'll put it in the egg. Sometimes because I love my eggs over hard, I'll put like a piece of ham on top of it.
Over hard. So you won't eat a sunny side up egg?
I will, but
I just learned that about you. Really?
Yeah, I love over hard. Love over hard eggs. Love
My
it.
heart just broke a little bit.
I like the yolk. I
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah. That richness, that creaminess. We see all those videos I put out. He doesn't. He's not
Absolutely.
on. You're not on TikTok.
I mean, that is
I got
my-
more egg yolk videos on TikTok.
That is my condiment for my hamburgers. I mean,
100%,
I love
yeah.
it. I
Come
love
on.
it. There it is. Look,
Real
we're
stuff.
getting love. We're getting
That's
love.
right.
Yeah.
Our telepathy was going again. We had like a 7-year-old moment. It passed, but we did. We had a 7-year-old moment. It passed. This is really. Isn't this good, easy?
It's campfire ham.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
It tastes
Art hit on that real good. Campfire ham.
And
That
it's
makes
a-
a lot of sense. Yep.
I have the applewood chips. This is what Easter is going to be at the Ivasos right here.
We're going up and over.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, this is a really lean.
Those are some mad skills.
This
that-
is a really lean ham.
Yeah. We try to get the butt end of the ham, so you get less bone, more ham. We partnered with a company that makes sure that they go with a leaner a shoulder when they do smoke fire glaze the hams for us. So yeah, it's very important that the ham was lean. I have a big issue with a real fatty ham. You know how you can get a real let's call it, you can get a real affordable ham for at the holidays,
Absolutely.
right? Spiral ham for like $1 a pound. I mean, let's be real. And it's gonna eat like rubber because it's got so much sinew and fat in there, and because they're from cows or cuts that are less than. This is a premium cut, and then that's you're starting with a nice piece of pork and then going ahead through the process.
You know what I've noticed as well, if you go that route, and I think we've all done it before, is I think they tried to overcompensate for what the meat doesn't do by putting extra honey and glaze on there. And all it does is take like a honey and glaze piece of rubber. Like,
100%.
It doesn't make a difference.
It's hiding the flavor, which this one has. And I'm not kidding. I've said it from the very first holiday we had when we got together, and I've gotten this ham ever since. You won't go wrong. And as far as affordable, come on. for what we spend sometimes when we go to the butcher, this is affordable.
Yo, yeah.
I mean, this will
9
knock your
pound hunk of
family
meat.
socks off.
It's you're less than $50. I mean, yeah,
you're less
that's
than $50
definitely worth
You're
it.
gonna
And you
have
eat for a few days.
leftovers,
Yeah.
And people are going to talk about it. And guess what? You're going to get it at the next holiday because it's that good.
Now this
You know
bad
what?
boy
It's-
right here.
It's funny.
But-
No, it's funny you bring that up because like, here's one of my fun things, and Dave was witness to this. Mike, I walked into the butchery convinced that I knew what I was going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on Saturday, I walked in and I was like, "This is what I'm going to do on Easter." And then Dave and I started talking, and I go, "No, Dave, I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to go with this." I mean, that's the beauty of it. You know, when you see it in front of you, you're like, "You know what? Why don't I do this?" That's what I love. Look at that bad boy.
This
gosh.
leg of lamb is so. What I did was, I'll tell you
Oh, my
real quick.
God.
I took
love
a
lamb.
whole bone-in leg of lamb, and I cut the top bone off, the top part of the bone off there, and then I literally cut down the back end of the bone, followed it all the way down, one end to the other, and then split it open, and took the bone out. So debone this leg of lamb.
I
And-
always
and-
enjoy watching your knife work.
Yeah, totally. So I deboned the leg of lamb 100%, and then I took it, seasoned it really well all the way on the inside and the outside, and then I tied it up real nice with the butcher
Tell us
twine.
about this season because
Threw
this
it in
is
the
going to
Traeger.
be huge.
Yes, it's really not a lot of craziness going on. Garlic, salt, onion powder, black pepper, and that was it.
And it screams lamb.
And
that-
it should,
that's all
and,
you
and so
need,
there's
right?
some fresh chopped garlic as well in the mix, and olive oil. So that I could kind of meld it together, and there's a touch of cumin, just a touch.
Okay. Now,
But-
you threw it on the Traeger, you said, and I cut you
Yes.
off.
Yep.
How long and what temp?
Gotcha. So on the Traeger with the leg of lamb, this thing was about, I think when I started, we were about 8-9 pounds. We were 450. So you can go to 500 if you want to. Started a little bit higher. If my Traeger is the different models, so I got like the basic one. Yours goes to 500, Sean, I think, or higher. Mine goes to about 450. I let it go 450, 500 for about a half hour. And all you're doing, you're pretty much sealing or searing in all the juices and sealing all that in for yourself. After about a half hour, I lowered it down to 350 and I roasted it for an hour and a half. Took about an hour and a half on my Traeger. Again, mine is indoors at the store and all that, so we got a controlled environment. Outside, it might take a little bit longer for the temperature control, whatnot. We've talked about that several times. So for me, it was about an hour and a half, and I brought it to about 110, 115 degrees. The reason why for this application today, then I wrapped it in plastic and foil, and then I was going to travel, and it was going to sit for a few hours, 2-3 hours. So it's still warm, but it's probably carried over a good,
to have.
yeah. So I don't want to, I was trying not to have well done lamb today.
Which we've talked about a lot. You do not want well done lamb.
Exactly. At home, I would say carry it to about 129, 130, pull it out, and let it rest for about 15, 20 minutes, and then slice, and you're ready to go.
Okay.
So
You know
let me
what?
review.
Can I stress that just for a second when we said, because Art and I had this conversation this morning. Here's the thing about lamb: you can have a medium well steak. Okay,
Right.
I don't want it.
No.
but you can eat it. You can eat it. Lamb is ruined if you go medium well. I mean, it is. It's absolute. You need lamb medium rare or rare medium rare. You really do. You have to go light with lamb. It completely, Dave, is it safe to say it changes the taste of the meat? It really does. It changes the taste of the meat.
Yeah, the more cooked it gets, the gamier it gets. I think
Yes.
is the best way to describe
Yep.
it. So
Thank you.
the more you cook lamb, the more gamey it gets.
Can I drink that?
Yeah, this juice right here is
Oh my
probably money.
Lord.
This will make
Have
a great
you smelled
sauce.
this?
I wanted to make
Have
a
you
smoothie.
smelled this? Get over here.
All right.
Now
Know
this
what
thing,
it smells like? Did you do something similar with that sausage?
yeah.
Similar, right?
Yeah, a little bit of that cumin,
There you
coriander
go,
thing going
yeah.
on. Yeah.
Oh
Graham.
my God.
Lord. Wow.
So I've got to ask, Dave. Now you deboned it. For us average guys at home, would you recommend deboning it or leaving that bone in? I have my opinion, and I'll tell you why.
I like the bone in there for the flavor that it brings to the party. But I got to tell you, if you're at home and you're doing it yourself, go ahead, try it. You're not going to really do anything to hurt the meat, if you
Right.
will. It's a preference thing. I like to, because of this, and I'm going to show you. Like when I'm done snipping the twine off here, I'm going to take that bone right out and slice it up.
Yeah.
ease, right? Like I'm not trying to hang out here and cut around the bone once
Right.
it's cooked, right? Then it becomes
Which
a
we
pain
did
in the neck.
last time.
That's a lot of work.
So let's see if Sean can give you. So I agree 100%. You always leave the bone in for the flavor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why do I want to leave the bone in, Sean? Let's see if you can get this.
For the dog?
No.
Oh, did I cut? I'm sorry.
Well, what did we do last time when we took this bad boy off?
You do
Like
some-
the flame from the
Oh,
mushroom.
yeah.
some primal stuff. I was gonna say you want to walk
You
around
can
with
play with it. It's like the
I'll give you
tomahawk
the-
steak.
yeah, that's right.
totally.
You can laugh about it.
It's the manly thing going on. Totally.
Of course. Chef goes flavor, I go what we can play with.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
is that
Fair
good?
enough.
That's right. Do you remember when we did? And here's the thing: like when we did those lamb chops. Remember, I told you have to put foil on the ends of the lamb chops because those bones will catch fire.
Yep.
And it was funny because one of the little pieces of foil fell off one of the lamb chops, and what happened? That
Fire.
lamb chop. Look at that.
No,
Oh, is that
wait a
beautiful?
second.
There's your lamb bone.
Look
That-
at that. Is that beautiful?
I've got to start
Look at that.
listening.
That thing's steaming.
I've got to start listening. I had no idea you put that back in, and I know you
play the
probably
role of
said
Mike
that.
Iverson
I've got to
right
get a
now.
picture.
That's right.
You did.
I did.
That's good stuff right there.
Mike Iverson,
That right there. And that lamb is a nice medium rare in there. I promise you that.
All right, I gotta look now. I can't even wait.
Look at us.
Look at that. What a beautiful baby.
It might be let's see.
Hold on, that
Happy
piece looked
Easter.
bad. Look at that.
I'm gonna go right in the middle here.
Let's see what we get. And that is, Dave.
Look
I
at
can
that.
see it from here.
We might be
That's what you
closer to
want.
medium, but
That's what
but
you
we're
want.
we're fine
Yeah.
because it's roasted,
no,
right?
you
So
I can
Bacon's
see. I
roasted.
can see the pink.
those juices are really nice in
Oh
there.
boy! And you brought accoutrements to kind of give us different
So
levels
yeah,
of
that's what
flavor.
we're gonna
didn't
talk
you,
about
Chef?
that, Sean. For you.
Thank you.
I made a dill sauce. I got some Kalamata
That's what I'm trying to
olives. I
get
got
with
some
the- I'm trying to
feta,
get the dill sauce first.
red onion, some artichoke hearts, and then I made my own like a parsley and a little bit of kick sour cream sauce that will go well with the lamb. But yeah, I think you can make some friends with that on Easter morning, even Passover. They do more brisket, but you could do the same exact application with your brisket, slow roast it, or throw it on the smoker, just a longer time for your brisket. But yeah, that lamb is really nice, isn't it?
Lamb is
Sorry
such
about
an underrated meat. I don't care what anybody says. Mike, you know I've said it forever.
Yep.
Lamb is just like so underrated.
So, Dave, this dill sauce looks like different than a dill sauce you would ordinarily get. How did you chef Dave it?
It's just a simple sour cream, lemon juice, and fresh dill. Nothing
There's some
crazy.
red flakes in there. Is there cayenne in there?
Oh, that's the special one. There's no dill in that. That's parsley, some
this
red
is-
pepper flake, a little bit of smoked paprika.
I missed the actual dill sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sean's
over
got the
here,
dill. It's a little bit clearer. Or here you go.
Usually, right?
So yeah, that doesn't. Now that again, it's on the Traeger, so it has a little bit of the grill, a touch of smoke, but it's not overwhelming.
No, it's not at all.
It's not. It doesn't have that same. Art really coined the phrase. I think that smoke, that campfire smoke that you get from that from that master built electric smoker that we got on the ham.
Dave, do you know what? This doesn't even taste like it was smoked, though. I'm being honest with you. It doesn't.
But look
it
at
doesn't
this.
Even.
I'm so excited. You can see it. Like in the lighting is a little odd in here, but see the smoke?
Oh yeah.
There's a smoke ring on that
I
bad
can see it
boy.
right there.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
a
tell you.
beautiful.
Kind of makes
look
me.
at you.
Yeah.
Coming from chef land, you are now pit boss land. You are smoke ring guy. You love.
You know
it.
what? I gotta.
So
You like that?
Yeah,
That's
it's really
damn
nice.
good
is it
Yeah.
that is so
Good
juicy.
amount of salt,
Is it
yeah.
me or
That's juicy. That is.
do we have a little Greek flair with some of the accoutrements?
100% Greek. Yeah. 100%. You got the feta.
Is
the
lamb like a Greek thing?
Yes.
I don't know.
Greek, Middle
Yes, it
Eastern.
is.
Yeah,
Is it?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's kind of.
My next door neighbor. Shout out, George, Angie. What's up?
Yeah, very nice people.
Yeah, very nice people. They've asked actually when is the next.
When is the next barbecue? So
Yeah, April 17th.
There's nothing on this plate that doesn't go with this. This is unbelievable.
right, and that's something.
Let me
It's
get a plate for my boy Easy.
yeah, please. It's healthy. It's light. It's not overwhelming. You
It is
know,
very- oh, look at that.
you can even have the classic mint jam or jelly. Yeah, nice smoke
that.
ring.
That is
That
nice.
excites me.
Awesome.
So let me slice up some more here.
Man, that is such a good.
Isn't that good? You know what? And two, like you can see, Dave, I think you're being a little too hard on yourself. When there's like the blood remnant on my plate, you did a good job with that.
So
Oh, you want to give him some of the special sauce too?
Yeah, we got some flatbread, some sauce. I think he'll enjoy that. That'll be
All right.
good.
What I'm noticing here, Chef, and it's
Yeah,
a trick
go
that
for
you
it.
taught me. The seasoning flavor is all throughout this lamb. It's not because you coated the outside of it. It's because when you opened it up from that leg, you coated the inside, you coated all over, kind of like you taught me with cutting that bone off the prime rib and then getting it, and you brought it to such a different level. Can you explain kind
Yeah,
of the
here. So I'll show you.
me a little piece,
So like when I split it open to get the bone out, I'll show you right now. I'll flip it over.
Thank you.
I had it flipped like this, Mike, and so I opened it up, almost butterflied it open, and then pulled the bone out, seasoned it all in there, and then put the bone back in, wrapped it back, and then tied it up.
And
I'm
you
telling
can,
you, like-
can tell the flavor in every bite because of that. If not, it wouldn't have got deep in there by the bone.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, and
All right.
no injection, nothing crazy. Literally seasoned and roast.
So,
right
if
there on that
you're-
Traeger, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of grill.
Yeah, if you're at home and you're watching this, thank you, Mom, because again, we always say it's moms, dads, wives are probably the only ones watching. But take that tip right there, butterfly that meat open, get the seasoning all throughout it. You won't regret it. It's unbelievable.
Or have your butcher butterfly it open for you. Yeah, I mean that's what they're there
Wait a
for,
second,
right?
a butcher will do that for
and
you?
if he
Of course.
does
So what do you think?
Where,
And if,
where could I find a butcher that would do something like that?
you head out to Sylvan Lake, the butchery, and Orchard Lake Road will take care of you.
And not only that, but it is the best meat in town. And I'm telling you, when you ask Chef Dave to debone your lamb or whatever you're going to ask him to do, I beg of you, you have to watch him do it. The knife skills are unbelievable from his early butcher days to chef days to the butchery days. He has got some unbelievable knife skills. It is. I'm not lying. It's fun to watch.
I appreciate that, and you always say something. You do. It's just a lot of practice, time. But as you can see on the bone, I'm pretty proud of that. You get pretty close to
Oh,
there. There's not
absolutely.
much
And-
meat on there, and
But I
we
mean, just
pulled
I'm
it off.
going on and on about this, gushing like a schoolboy. But when you, what did I debone? You had me debone something. You remember what it was? And you let me do
Pork
it.
butt.
Pork butt.
The pork shoulder, yeah.
That
Took the
was
bone out of there and make
unbelievable.
sausage.
I got to do it. I was deboning it with this big old knife, and I think that might have been the day you stabbed me. But we're gonna forget about that.
So some days, like some days, I'm not joking. Like I like to go back and look at some of the videos that we did, and I watched the video just last week, Dave, of when you took out the brisket, and just it was funny. You sized it up, and it was almost like, all right, I'm making my game plan, and then it was boom.
And it was
you
over.
and it was over. And when you separated that flat, it was just like, are you kidding me? I mean, just the relative ease. You can't teach that stuff, man.
Taking the time to look to see where maybe the fat seams are, say on a brisket, or where the bone line runs, you're good on the lamb. It's definitely an art form. It's a labor of love. It's not easy to be a butcher per se. That's why I hang out on the chef end of things. When people say, what do you do? I'm a chef. I own a butcher shop. I cut meat, but I'm more of a chef from the standpoint of what I am. But cutting meat is, it's an art form, but it's not hard. Right, so like Mike said, it's not that hard, unless you're next to me, where I'm going 100 miles an hour, and Mike is really inquisitive, and he wants to get in there and see what you're doing, and he gets shanked.
I totally got shanked.
It happens, but
I totally got
you don't
shanked.
mean it. It just happens. But nonetheless, over time, right? Like long story short, take your time. I enjoy it, but what I have fun with, and this is real quick, is when like you guys come in, right? Like Sean, I said it. I kid you not. Like I think I sent you a message later in the day. Like made my day. Sean came and hung out for a little while when he came to the store this week to pick up some stuff, and it's just that time. It's that kind of stuff that makes me excited. People watching me do what I do. I feel like fish maybe in the fish bowl sometimes, but no, it's okay. It's fun. That's kind of what makes it exciting.
And here's the thing you don't understand about this guy is like a lot of times, like Dave, I hope you don't get mad at me, but you give back a lot, and you were making chickens for a charity the other day, and of course I'm sitting there going, Dave, will you teach me how to make that? And so you're doing like 3 things at once, and that's something I like the half chicken. It looked divine. It really did. Normally I would have hit you up, but because they were going to charity, I didn't bug you for any.
I didn't, you know what? And I wanted to give you one, but I didn't have any extra. I felt horrible about that.
Oh, gosh.
But you know what? I got to tell you.
You're just gonna have to come over and teach me how now.
I'll teach you how, because you're not going to be here next week, and our said he's okay with us doing chicken.
you guys really
I think
doing
we're
this next
we're gonna
week?
we're gonna
Good.
do chicken.
I don't give a
We're gonna
crap.
rock chicken. Mike,
How
you're
about
good.
that?
Hey, I'm all
And
about
so here he
it.
is.
Here
Here
he
he is.
is. Yeah. Get in here.
I'm ready for chicken wings. We're doing chicken wings.
So we're gonna do wings, half birds. We'll smoke some. We'll brine
save
some.
one
We'll
for me?
sous vide some. Yeah, we'll take care of you. We
And
got
who
you.
knows, if I do a good enough job, I mean, Sean might be stuck in the production booth. You know, I don't want to take over anybody's gig.
Sean isn't moving from this. See right there? That's Sean's plate. He's eating. He's eating.
It goes this way. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It'll be me, and I might be out in the parking lot trying to peek through these windows right here is what it's going to come
No.
down to.
We can squeeze a fourth person into this. We're fine. Totally
we
fine.
can all scoot over.
All right,
We
you know what? I
wanna
can
have
get closer to the food, and you can stand over here. So I
100%,
so I
yeah.
don't have to work
I've
as
got
hard to get
this.
food.
Yeah,
I've gotta get
I'll
to-
talk enough for all four of us. You guys can eat. It'll work.
Right.
It'll work.
If I can, I want to get to the crux, and Art, you'll be a part of this next week of. Again, we'll be doing chicken for like the millionth time, right? Like we did lamb here for a couple times. And like seeing this and seeing how proud you are of it and tasting it, this is what barbecuing and grilling is
Absolutely.
about. You don't just do it once and throw your lamb on the ground and get all mad because you didn't do it right. Our lamb was good this summer. Every time we've done it, be it chicken, now lamb, it's gotten better every time.
Absolutely.
I
And
agree.
I can
Brisket,
see it with
Sean,
you.
brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and to encourage, if there are people watching us out there that you don't get mad, go do it again. Do something different. Take a tip from your butcher, from Chef Dave here, and it's going to get better. I didn't think we could get better from what we did this summer.
No, I absolutely.
And this-
when
this
we did
is-
the curry
this is
lamb,
unbelie-
that,
yeah, we
that
did the
was
curry
like,
lamb.
That curry lamb was unbelievable.
This is unbelievable.
It is.
I also think it's part of it is changing, right? You have only so many kinds of meat or animals or whatever we're gonna smoke or cook or grill, right? So part of the show is doing them different ways and kind of progressing that and thinking about it different ways and how they might. This one, perfect Easter holiday kind of thing, whatever.
I just had to squeak that in because of the essence of the show and everything we've ever done is right back to the backyard, the buddies, the four of us. Next week, the three of us with Art, Sean. You're going to be out in sunny Florida enjoying your days. And
I
I
won't
hope
be
you have
sober.
a great. have
I'm
a
so
great-
jealous.
I can tell you,
Have a
I
great
will not be
drunken
sober.
vacation.
No, I'm going to. I
You've
promise you I
earned it
will.
probably more than anybody that I know.
thank you.
So
That's nice.
definitely enjoy it. But
Yes.
guys, if you grill, you don't get it right, Dave. You're right. Change something. Change the butcher. Change the meat. Change the temperature. The rub. The something. You'll get it right, and you get it. You get better every time. Sean, you've talked about it from the very first
100%.
time. Pork butt, ribs, anything we've done, we've gotten better every time.
Do me one quick favor, Sean. Not quick favor, but do me a favor while you're on vacation. Try something different. Try some good food. Tell me about it. Report
I
back.
will definitely do
I know
that.
the family. I know your family.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
not-
Cuban
but it'd be
fa-
great. Have some
no,
fun.
don't ask me to eat food.
There you go.
Please
That'd be
stop
great.
it. No.
Mrs. B,
Bring back-
tell me. Yeah, bring back the
some
goods.
ideas. Bring back
the goods.
ideas.
No, no, no.
Bring Key West to us, and let's do a Key West show.
All right.
That's what it's about.
We
yeah,
got to
totally.
go back to the
Bring
jerk.
some ideas
Mike,
back
it's
to
been
us.
a while since we did jerk.
I agree.
Could be jerk.
We've
And
thought about it, and,
and
we've
I
talked
haven't done it
about
yet. So
He hasn't done it.
See,
we
it-
did it. We
So-
did
So
a
maybe
jerk
that'll
day.
be-
This is the deal. When we do it,
Boom.
it's going to be us together prepping
Yeah.
it and doing it.
Over
We
my
have to
house.
get
Sean's
time
house.
to do
Yeah, I
that.
was just gonna
You
say
guys
Sean's
can all
house.
come over. Well, I'll invite you
Yeah,
over
we're,
to my house
we're
too.
not doing that while I'm working, you're working, and Dave is all by himself, which
Yeah.
is I don't like that.
I'm lonely.
All right, we got to get out of here. Listen, thank you as always. Tell your friends about these videos. Hopefully, you pick some things up. These guys are going to be back next week. I'm not. I'll see you in a couple
Art.
weeks on the Smoke Show.
Art.
Peace.
Or